System hack. Enemy HUDs have been disabled. Securing Bravo. Friendly assault drone in action. Charlie secure. Bravo secure. Our UAV is online. Enemy taking B. Friendly bombing run incoming. We lost B.
Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Upman Joe, and today I'm bringing you a 61-3 game of domination on the map Detroit. And I actually start off a little bit slow, helping my team push for map control and getting the B flag, because that's what I need in order to camp this properly. But then I end up going on a 58 kill streak, including 22 with the gun. So before we actually get into the gameplay, let's take a look at the loadout that I like to use. Okay, so I'm running the Battle 27 Obsidian Steed with Quick Draw and a grenade launcher. And the grenade launcher was actually a mistake. I meant to change it out to extended mags, and I didn't get a chance in between matches. Now in perk 1, I've got low profile. In perk 2, I have blind eye. And in perk 3, I have hardwired. And that's to stay off the minimap and avoid people's score streaks and system hacks. In domination, there is so many score streaks and system hacks called in, and I don't want it to disrupt my game flow. And yes, I am running hardline instead of blast suppressor. I know I get a lot of flack for that, but I want to cycle through my streaks faster. And you know, I really feel in domination, it's such a chaotic game mode that people don't really notice that on the minimap as much as other game modes. And I'm also not going to be trying to jump up onto people and sneak them around. I'm just going to hold down school and garage, as you see. Now, for my score streaks, I'm running the 750-point UAV, which has got support and speed so that it's always up and running and I know where everybody is. In score streak 2, I've got the basic system hack just to annoy people and make it so they can't call in their streaks. I'm running the aerial assault drone with rockets and AI so I can launch it right over a flag and take people out as they try to come and sneak on a flag. And my last score streak is just a plain bombing run. So let's jump into the match and we'll walk through what I'm thinking as the game goes on. Obviously the first thing I want to do is capture the opening flag for the points, and my team said they were going to go straight B, so I decided to help them out and go down mid street instead of through school, and I pay for it right here. I get this guy, but the guy that's head glitching the ambulance takes me out. But we need to get control of B in order for me to camp garage and school. So I decided to go back and help him. One of my teammates has jumped in on B, so we're going to go help him out, capture this flag, and then haul ass right out of this area, and we're going to get up into garage. Now I decide I need to help get a little bit more control of that street, so I come out here, and fortunately I've got a couple of teammates down there, and that guy down the street doesn't kill me, but now they've pushed it to C, so I make my next costly mistake right here, and look at this. I reload, knowing they were over there. No reason for me to reload. It's a bad habit. I need to get out of it, but I did hear somebody over here in the window, so we're going to go take him out. And now my goal is to go through trailer and make sure the area is clear, and I saw a guy in the trailer, so I'm going to stay low and take him out. Now, one mistake I made there is I should have punched him. It's another habit I need to learn to have, but I got a teammate here on the flag, but the missile strike takes him out. Now, I did actually learn now with hardwired, I can crawl in that nano swarm. I never knew that before, and there was my last mistake. I thought that bombing run was going to drop right over the garage, and it didn't, but it took me out. But that's it. That's the last mistake and my last death of the game. We captured C. Now we need to go get B. All of my teammates are kind of sitting back here. They said they were going to push up to B, so I jump out here, and look at this. Nobody comes and helps me. So I stay here on the flag and just kind of watch both doors, hoping nobody's going to jump over me. I don't see anything on the mini-map. So we're going to take this flag, and once again, we're going to get out of here. And that starts off my streaks. And the nice thing about this setup I have, it completely is reliant on my streaks, and they're all very close. You know, 600, 625, 650. So when I get one, I get all. So we're going to call in that bombing run. I drop it right over A because they just called in a Goliath. And now I decide for some reason to come out here and get this kill to kind of stop him from capping. And luckily, my bombing run didn't kill me. I thought I was going to have more time. I didn't think it was going to go over B, but I got lucky there. But look at this. There's the Goliath. I damaged him with my bombing run. We're going to take out the guy over there. And now here's my thing. I've got this assault drone on AI. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to capture B. And I'm going to put the assault drone right over there. Now, whenever they try to come in and capture B, it's going to kill them because it's on AI and it's got rockets. And there's another UAV. Look at that. And a bombing run. Now, most of the rest of the time, I'm going to just stick to school and garage. We've got map control. We've got B. We've got C. And look at the way my streaks are just rolling in. Here's another UAV, another bombing run, another system hack. And now I'm going to call in my bombing run. And the reason I'm not calling in my UAV yet is because the other one is still up, so why waste it? You know, but I do try to call them in before my streaks cycle out. And look at that. Now I'm on a 10-kill streak already. Now I've got my another assault drone. I'm going to try to put it right over B. Now, unfortunately, I call in that bombing run and everything's shaking, but I was able to get it. And I come out here, put that assault drone back up. And now we're going to go over, because look at that. These turds are trying to take C. So look, we get this guy here. And I know that there's another one over here somewhere. I saw him highlighting thanks to my UAV with the threat detection. And we're just about holding down these areas. I'm sticking close to the wall so they can't see me. And look at that. 15 Ruthless. My assault drone is putting in work, constantly getting the exterminates. Look at this turret here. Another system hack, another bombing run, another UAV, and it's just continually calling them in. So, and look at this. All I'm doing is dropping my bombing run. Because we're holding B and C, they're spawning A. That's where they're going to spawn. That's why it's so frustrating when you hear people constantly like going back and forth and taking the enemy flags. If your team holds 2 flags, I'm going to put that assault drone right there. If your team holds 2 flags, don't try to trip cap them, because then you're going to screw up the spawns. You see how that is? We've got the B and C, and they're only going to spawn over there. And look at this turret. I saw him going through there, but thanks to the support, he got stuck in the wall right there. We kick him out, and look at that. Now the map's ending. You know, the round's ending. I'm down to 12 seconds, and my biggest fear is I don't want to die. I don't want to kill my streak run. So I'm just going to sit here, guard the door. I know we have C, so most likely they're not going to come behind me. And I'm going to let the time run out and go into the second round close to my streaks. Now, I know we're losing here, but for all you people who are going to say we're losing because I'm camping, I'm doing my job. I'm getting my kills, I'm getting caps, and I'm not dying. Look, I'm 33-5. I'm not giving the enemy a bunch of points so that they can get their score streak. Now, the first thing I want to do here is come and capture the opening flag on the second round. That's going to contribute to my points and help me get into my streaks. Now, I want to come up on here in garage, stay around, and I'm going to head glitch this wall just to make sure that that enemy doesn't try to sneak around from C to A and capture our flag. And I'm looking on the mini-map, and I decided I'm not going to make the same mistake and make that B push. My teammates were doing that. I'm going to guard from right here. And look, I get this guy right there. And you know, at this point in the game, I didn't realize the streak I was on. I know that the medals show up, but in the middle of a game, I don't notice those medals. I hear them, they're annoying, I don't notice them. What I do notice is my mini-map, and I see my teammate is sneaking around to that side, so I decide to come over and help him, and he gets one, I get the other, and there's still another guy there in that trailer. And, you know, I back off there, and one thing I've really been working on is living to fight another day. In the past, I would have engaged with that guy, but I was so close to my streaks, I decided to back off. And look, because of the threat detection, I see him right here. And now my teammate is on C, and I'm going to kind of guard. And at this point, I saw that Vicious show up, and that's when I finally realized what kind of a streak I was on. I'd always wanted to get that Vicious medal, and now I've got it. And now you can see how the enemies are constantly appearing with the threat detection. That's because of the speed. That speed is so beneficial. I think it's more important than having extra assist points, because the extra assist points only gives you 5. But that speed keeps them always highlighted. Now at this point, my teammates are kind of spread all over the map. And I did see one of the enemies right over there on the other side, so I'm waiting for him to come around. And look, there he is. But my teammates are spread all over the place, and we need to get a little bit of map control if I'm going to stay alive at this point. And now my streaks have come back around, so we call in the system hack, and now I'm going to call in my bombing run. And if you look here, all of my teammates are on A and B. That means the enemy is all over here on C, so I am getting out of there. And now, like I said, I really do want to have control of C, but you have to adjust in this game. And if all of my teammates are going to stay by A and B, that's where I've got to stay. And I saw somebody over here highlighted with the threat detection, so I think that sentry gun ended up taking him out at this point. But I'm just kind of being cautious and looking for him without being out in the open too much. So I'm going to come back over here and see, all I'm doing here is flanking back and forth, controlling the flags that we're on. So we're going to put my assault drone out and jump right over this wall. And I do see one of the enemies coming up in this area, and there he is, and luckily my assault drone took him out without me dying there. At this point, after that kill, I realized, like, I was almost out of bullets. I only had 28 bullets left, so I come up in here to look for a gun, and the guy doesn't drop a gun. So I have to kind of find someone. I heard this guy running thanks to my nice headphones, and I ran out of ammo there, and so I picked up his KF5. And I'm just kind of looking for another gun because I'm not a big fan of the KF5, especially for those longer range kills. And I knew a teammate was there, so I figured we can try to corner this guy. And look at this. I try to pick up his gun, and he's only got that ohm. And I hate this gun. I know it's new, but I hate it. So, now, did you see there with that sentry gun? It only took one melee hit to kill it off. That's something that Sledgehammer has just added into the game. Instead of taking 3 melees, it only takes 1 melee. So it's a little bit easier to get rid of those things. Now, at this point, we're spread all over the map. You can see on the mini-map, and you can see with all the red, everybody is everywhere. And the worst part was, I had no score streaks running. So, I saw a guy right over in this area, so I get a little bit more aggressive, and I come over and look for him, and I look, I can't find him, and there he is, sitting right there in a corner. Not my kind of camping. I'm more into strategic holding down areas. I take his gun, and then I realize that, my teammate is on A. Let me go help him out and be a team player. Don't want to leave him out to dry. We're going to get this guy right there, and now we're back into all of our streaks. And look at that. I'm already, not only am I into my streaks, I'm halfway to my next set of streaks. So we're going to call everything in. We'll call in the UAV, help out the entire team. Call in the system hack, help out the entire team. Call in the bombing run, and we're going to see where everybody is. And you can see the enemy has all the map controls. So we're going to drop it over B and go right down the street and kind of get rid of everybody. Now I'm going to hide down here because I don't want that bombing run to kill me. I have been killed in the garage by my own bombing run, so you have to be very careful. And I can hear this guy right here, and that's the nice thing about those system hacks. We're going to put our assault drone right out over B again. With those system hacks, if you have a decent headphone, you can hear them a mile away. And look at them all rolling down through the school. We're going to get that guy there, and now we're back into all of our streaks again. System hack, another bombing run. We put the assault drone right there. We're going to drop the bombing run over where they're at, which is all over C. Now I'm going to call in my system hack, and now I realize as the clock hits down, I just ended this game without dying since the first 2 minutes of the game. And look, we end up winning this game. So for all you naysayers who talk about campers and strategically holding down areas, it works. I did my job. I played the objective. It was 172 to 148. And let's see what my final score is here. So look at that, guys. I went 61-3 with 7 captures and 3 defends. So being smart, playing strategic, and holding down an area wins matches. I got as many kills as almost my entire team combined. We won the game. And here's the best part. Take a look at this. 62,274 XP. I go from a level 37 all the way up to a level 39. Well on my way to Grandmaster Prestige. So that's my video. Please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And until next time, happy gaming.